Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Fred Bird the Nerd with another comic book market report for you guys this week. We are going to go live this week with a brand new show. Bring back some of the old guys and a couple new guys as well. So I hope you guys all tune in. I'll put out a bunch of alerts when we go live. I believe it's going to be Thursday or Friday. But if you guys do enjoy these videos, I can't talk. Hit that like button, subscribe to all your friends, and I will keep doing these shows for you all. But only got 8 comic books for you guys this week, not the full top 10, but a lot of fun, interesting news coming out this week. So we'll get into it and a couple previews as well. See how the market reacts to it. I don't really know. I feel like the market is, I won't say contracting, but becoming a little bit more mature and kind of knowing what works out for it. You know, the unfortunate thing lately is that there's already viewing of these shows that, you know, is very like, I don't know. Anyway, it's cool. We'll get into it later in a second. But anyway, okay, hold on one second. Gotta push the refresh button here. All right, let's do this again one more time. All right, cool. Our first book is Castlevania: The Belmont Legacy #1. Just a beautiful cover for any video game fan, in my opinion. This was a pretty short print. I believe this was from Dark Horse, but I could be wrong. It might be Image, actually, but I mean, this just screams Castlevania, death, blood, all that good stuff. $30 for a near mint. This hasn't gone up a lot since the video game cartoon came out, but all these covers I think are very highly collectible. And yeah, they're all generally good, but I thought this is like the best cover to get. It's the #1, of course, and it's Castlevania, which I feel like doesn't get its due, you know, probably because it doesn't go across various platforms, but it's still a beloved product. Great story, and the cartoon is just awesome. So on to the next one. Invincible #1, trying to keep it more independent in this episode, if you will. I bet this is one of my long-term holds for a very long time. I could see this doubling in the next 10 to 15 years. Invincible is hitting on all cylinders. It's a great story. It's short print. It's extremely hard to get in 9.8, but this book sold for $4,100 this past month. And I feel like people that have this book in 9.8 don't want to let it go. The last one actually was February 2nd. So that's fairly, recent. I mean, it's less than 10 days ago. So if you have an Invincible #1, hang on to it. There's multiple covers of this, but this is the first print's the one to get, in my humble opinion. Going a little old school, ASM 300. I just was curious of what the market is, you know, going off of, or where the market's at. And this is always a barometer book. I would say Secret Wars 8 is always another one too. You kind of go into the various newsstands and direct prints of this. This book has been homaged over and over again. It's the most overprinted, most expensive comic ever, where, man, supply and demand. It's simple. Iconic cover. There's an argument that Venom's first appearance is in $2.99. I know, but this is where the market likes it. We all know the market just talks, but 8.0 direct sold for $300, a 9.4 sold for $700, and 9.6 sold for $900. Fairly good, healthy prices. I think it's 8.0 at a direct ain't bad for $300. I probably wouldn't mind paying $300 for that. I mean, if you do the comparison side, a 9.8 first appearance of Null, the third print, goes for about the same price. But you have an 8.0 of a comic that is way older, maybe more printed, but it's more beloved and people know what this character's about. Interestingly enough, a 9.4 Newsy sold for $900, which I thought was really cheap. If you bump that up by 0.6, I mean, you may double your money right there. So potential to be had, but nonetheless, ASM 300, again, the most overprinted, most expensive comic ever. And I've never wanted this book except for the Chromium version. I should say that. And if you guys have not watched the Super Bowl or haven't heard, the Thunderbolts came out with their most recent episode, and the Sentry sort of showed up. If you're paying really close attention, I'm kind of excited for this movie, to be honest, because I'm just curious of how they're going to view Sentry. Is he going to be an enemy? Is he going to be working for the government? What are the Thunderbolts going to do with Sentry? With that said, $274.99 for a 9.8. This is extremely hard in 9.8 also, just because of the black background and what have you. $85 for a numeric copy. I'm a little curious about that $85 listing, just because This is so hard to get in a 9.8 that $85 and you get 9.4. That's going to go for like maybe $100. So nonetheless, this book hasn't really gone up a ton. There was a lot of fandom and weird stuff going on with the initial announcement of Sentry hitting the MCU. But this is my favorite book of the early 2000s Marvel Knights run, and it's a beautiful cover. Jay Lee, you really killed it. So anyway, kind of random. This is one of my favorite covers, if not my most favorite Masters of the Universe cover ever. 225 for the Masters of the Universe image, number 8, cover of Orko. This is a beloved character, and I think everyone should have this in their Masters of the Universe collection. If you have one, I don't necessarily, but I do have this book. $30 to $40 all day in a near mint, and $225 for a 9.8 about 2 weeks prior to Christmas. I don't know if that was a Christmas present or not, but that's pretty healthy for someone who hasn't come to the live screen. We haven't seen Orko in a very long time live, but he's one of the top Masters of the Universe characters ever. And last but not least, I was talking with a buddy of mine yesterday about the Thunderbolts preview coming out. And we were going down the list of Thunderbolts characters. Not a single one of them is in the movie. With that said, it's odd to me that a 9.6 went for $135, and it was a direct edition nonetheless. A 9.6 newsy went for $235, but it's just funny to me that you name a movie after a team, and not a single one. Now that could change, but the Thunderbolts could be a one-off movie. I mean, they could end this after there could be no sequel. But nonetheless, $235 for a newsy, $135 for a 9.6, and this is really hard in a high grade. 9.8s were going for $800 when the announcement came out that Thunderbolts were coming. I would not buy this book just due to the fact that only Baron Zemo would make sense, but you might as well just get the first appearance of Baron Zemo. That is your list for the day. I hope you guys, or for the week, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Pretty quick one, only 8 minutes. But I do appreciate everyone's support. You'll have a great day. We'll see you soon. I'll do a video game market report tomorrow. And yeah, you guys have a good day. Take care.